since 1956. Let's make welcome the Kingsmen Quartet.
I'm a part of the church of the great I am, washed in the blood of the risen Lamb, with a home that's waiting in the promised land. I'm part of the church of the great I am, part of the church of the great I am. There was a time, and there was a time, I cried out to Jesus, and I made him mine, and now I'm part of the family, brothers and sisters, you and me. Oh, I'm a part of the church of the great I am, washed in the blood of the risen Lamb, with a home that's waiting in the promised land. I'm part of the church of the great I am, part of the church of the great I am. Oh, what a joy I have inside to know I'm part of this body of Christ, and we're united eternally. We're all God's children, and we've been redeemed. I'm a part of the church of the great I am, washed in the blood of the risen Lamb, with a home that's waiting in the promised land. Oh, I'm a part of the church of the great I am, washed in the blood of the risen Lamb, with a home that's waiting in the promised land. I'm part of the church of the great I am, part of the church of the great I am. We're beloved, forgiven, redeemed. I'm a part of the church of the great I am. We're part of the family. I'm a part of the church of the great I am. Makes me wanna see. Well, I'm a part of the church of the great I am, washed in the blood of the risen Lamb, with a home that's waiting in the promised land. I'm part of the church of the great I am, part of the church of the great I am. I'm a part of the church of the great I am, washed in the blood of the risen Lamb, with a home that's waiting in the promised land. I'm part of the church of the great I am, part of the church of the great I am. Yeah. God spoke and the prophets wrote it down. It's a holy treasure, leather bound, and there's power in everything he said, from Genesis to the works in red, straight on through to the Revelation. There's 66 books pointing to salvation. Hear the word of the Lord, having mercy on the lost. See the word of the Lord hanging on a rugged cross. There the Lamb was slain and the debt was paid, the way was made with an empty grave. The best news you've heard. Hear the word of the Lord. Now the voices of this world cry out. They're trying to fill your mind with fear and doubt. It's just the latest lies I'm telling you, for the Bible speaks eternal truth. For when the works of man are crushed and burning, all those holy pages will still be turning. Hear the word of the Lord, having mercy on the lost. See the word of the Lord hanging on a rugged cross. There the Lamb was slain and the debt was paid. Way was made with an empty grave. The best news you've heard. Hear the word of the Lord. It's a living, breathing testimony. God the Father's one and only Son who gave himself to pay for sin. I'll say again, hear the word of the Lord, having mercy on the lost. See the word of the Lord, hanging on a rugged cross. There the Lamb was slain and the debt was paid. Way was made with an empty grave. All the best news you've heard. Just hear the word of the Lord. The Lamb was slain and the debt was paid. Way was made with an empty grave. All the best news you've heard. Just hear the word of the Lord. Yeah.
Just like this. Here we go. So many passed him daily as he sat there begging alms. Oh, Lazarus, soul as he sat poor soul. Not one single penny did they place in Lazarus' palm, but Lazarus wasn't begging when he reached his final home. And I wish I could have watched him as he spun sweet Georgia's tide. I'd seen him as he entered heaven's bliss. I'd love to ask him questions as the gates swing open wide. I can almost hear him answer as I ask him things like this.
Where are you now?
Across the Jordan as my loved ones wave me over.
What do you
I hear the
hear?
saints all singing praises to the Lamb.
And what do you
Why,
see?
my Lord, I see the great, great God Jehovah. Are you home now? Yes, I am. Finally home, I see my Lord. He's here to meet me. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Just like your old Lazarus, I lay outside the gate. I'm longing for sweet comfort for my soul. But then the Lord had mercy, now I can celebrate. And I'll run the streets of glory with old Lazarus soon, I know.
Where are you
I'm
now?
crossing Jordan as my loved ones wave me over.
What do you
I hear the
hear?
saints all singing praises to the Lamb.
And what do you see?
Why, my Lord, I see the great, great God Jehovah. Are you home now? Yes, I am. I'm finally home. I see my Lord. He's here to meet me. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Oh,
Where are you
I'm with the
now?
saints up there listening to the story.
And what do you
Sweet welcome
hear?
music from that great homecoming band.
What do you see?
I see my mansion in its splendor, in its glory. Are you home now? Yes, I am. I'm finally home. I see my Lord. He's here to meet me. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Are you home now? Yes, I am. I'm finally home. I see my Lord. He's here to meet me. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
Can you do just a little bit more of that, Ray? Come on, everybody help us out. Here we go.
Where are you now? Put your hands together. Come on, everybody. And what do you see here? And what do you see?
I see my mansion in its splendor and its glory. Are you home now? Yes, I am. I'm finally home. I see my Lord. He's here to meet me. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Are you home now? Yes, I am. I'm finally home. I see my Lord. He's here to meet me. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Yes,
Oh, thank you so much. I tell you what, hadn't it been a great day today? Have you enjoyed yourself so far today? Yeah. Oh, it's not over yet. Don't give up on us, all right? Y'all hang in there. We've got some great speaking tonight after the dinner break and some more surprises coming up for you after a while. But I tell you what, the Kingsmen are honored to be here back at the ranch, and we are so thrilled to be among our friends. Friends like the Old Paths and the Dixie Echoes and Troy Burns family and all those, the Sneed family and all those who have gathered and so thrilled. Always great to be with our friends. Look out and see so many familiar faces, and I can tell you're having a good time this afternoon. I want to take just a quick second to introduce the group to you tonight. Maybe this is your first time seeing the Kingsmen live and in concert, or maybe you haven't seen us in a long while before. This year, we're celebrating 66 years in Christian music, and I know what you're thinking. We look real good to have been singing 66 years, don't we? Especially that one over there. I'll get to him in a minute, but I do want to. I want you to meet these guys who are standing on stage. Maybe there's somebody that you're not familiar with. Singing baritone, he comes to us from the great metropolis of Hiawassee, Georgia, and now he makes his home just south of Atlanta or west of Atlanta in Douglasville, Georgia, and we're thrilled to have Alan a part of our team. He's been here a little over 4 years, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. Not only does he sing for the Kingsmen, he writes for the Singing News magazine. If any of you subscribe to what we call the printed voice of gospel music, within those pages each and every month, you can find all the goings on and happenings in Christian music. And Alan writes a column about the history of gospel music, and I know that you'll enjoy that tonight. He wants you to know it's on page 12, okay, each and every month, so you'll know. You can pick up a copy or subscribe at our table tonight, but I want you to give him a nice Tennessee welcome. His name is Alan Kendall. Are you glad to see Alan here tonight? Running sound for the Kingsmen, all the way back in the back. He's been here about 25 years, and we couldn't do what we do without him. When we carry a live band with us, Brandon is there in the back on the drums. He's our drummer. He's our sound engineer like he's doing tonight. He's our road manager. He gets us from place to place. I want you to give him a nice welcome tonight. Brandon Reese, you glad to see Brandon? And this one right here, singing the lead part. Now, we are honored to have him back on stage with the Kingsmen this week. A lot of you remember Bob from his tenure here. He spent about 6.5 years here with the Kingsmen and started in 2011. And a lot of you remember some of the great songs that he introduced during his tenure with the Kingsmen. We're going to do a couple of those during the set tonight. But I know that he's glad to be back at the ranch with you folks tonight. He's from Gordo, Alabama. His name is Bob Sellers. You glad to see Bob Sellers back on stage with the Kingsmen? And last but not least, the boss and CEO of the Kingsmen organization stands right here before you. He needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him a good one anyway. From coast to coast, he has stood on just about every stage there is to stand on, all across this great country, Canada, Mexico. I don't know where all else you've been in the world, but all over the place, and stood on stages like the Grand Ole Opry, the stage of the World's Fair over in Knoxville in '82. And in 1976, Ray took a trip, and the Kingsmen performed on the south lawn of the White House. You name it, Ray has been there. He's been a part of it and done it with great class and great distinction. And for his life of service in 2008, they honored him by inducting him into the Southern Gospel Music Hall of Fame. And sure did. Ray turned 83 years old this May, and don't hurt yourself. He told me this week, I would come to the bus, and I said, Ray, did you have a good week? He said, oh, yes, I did. I had a great week. He said, I worked some in the Kingsmen office, rested a little bit, ate at my favorite restaurant. And he said, I had to make a trip to the hospital. I said, oh. He said, yeah, I had a friend that was having a procedure done, and I went over to see them. And he said it was all the way on the 6th floor. And so he proceeded to get on the elevator, push the button, and just before the doors closed, this lady walked on. He said she had on her nice white coat, name tags. This is very true. And behind her, she drug a contraption behind her. And Ray, being the curious person that he is, he's going to find out exactly what's going on. And so the whole way up to the 6th floor, he wondered what that contraption was that she had toted on the elevator with her. And finally, just before it dinged and just before they arrived at the 6th floor, it dawned on him. And he felt sorry for her. And he grabbed her arm. He said, honey, bless your heart. He said, I sure would hate to be hooked up to something like that. She said, I would too as a carpet shampooer. Are you glad to see Ray Dean Reese here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch tonight? If you are, let him know it. Yeah. We want to go back a few years with this one. This goes all the way back to the mid-'70s. And I had a lady come by the table the other night, and she said, are y'all going to do any classic songs? I said, well, of course. She said, well, I got 2 favorite groups in the whole wide world. She said, you're one of them. I said, well, that's great. I said, who's your other one? She said, I love Kingsmen and I love Greater Vision. And I said, well, what do you like about the Kingsmen? You know, what makes us special and stand out to you? She said, well, I love, the high tenor, the low bass, the energetic songs. She said, all the iconic albums that you've had over the years. I said, well, I appreciate that. I said, what do you like about Greater Vision? She looked at me straight in my eye, without smiling, without frowning, no expression at all. And she said, I love Greater Vision because they sing pretty. She said that to my face, Ray. And I said, well, I tell you what, we'll show her. So that night, we added this song to the program, and we're going to try it out. Would you like to hear the Kingsmen sing a pretty song tonight? All right. Here's one that goes all the way back to the mid-'70s. It's called Say a Prayer for Me. See if you recognize it here tonight.
Say a prayer for me. Once in a while, when on your knees, ask the Lord to hold my hand. When I come to the river, help me stand. When my burdens are hard to bear, I know the Lord will answer prayer. But once in a while, please say a prayer for me. Every day, I need Jesus leading the way through the storm. He wins that blow through every dark valley that I may go. When my burdens are hard to bear, I know the Lord will answer prayer. But once in a while, please say a prayer for me. I don't ask for only pleasure this world. No, I don't ask for wealth or fame. Give me hope, give me peace, give me love, give me wisdom, oh, yeah. Give me courage, oh Lord, enough to stand. My heart to bear. Oh, he'll answer prayer.
I had been there to see it all happen on the hills just outside Bethlehem, I would gaze at the stars where the angels sang glory, find the place there was no room for him. And if I had been there that day at the Jordan when John looked up, called him the Lamb, I would trace every step that took him to Calvary, watch the nails pierce his feet and his hands. But I'm here in this moment 2,000 years later, knowing my heart is all true. So I'm telling today, like I would have back then, when the old story was new. When the old story was true. If I had been there to hear he is risen, I'd run to that cold, empty tomb. And I would stand on the mount where King Jesus ascended and rejoice that he's coming back soon. But here in this moment, 2,000 years later, I know in my heart it's all true. So I tell it today, like I would have back then, when the old story was new. The old story was true. He's still the truth, the life and the way, and the gospel still has the power to save. So I'm here in this moment, 2,000 years later, knowing my heart is all true. So I tell it today, like I would have back then, when the old story was new. The old story was new. So I tell it today, like I would have been, when the old story was new. When the old story was
Yeah.
I'll tell it today like I would have back then when the old story was new. You know, I can't say that I was there when those things took place. I would love to have been there to see those things firsthand. I wasn't there when they turned the water into wine, when Jesus turned the water into wine. I wasn't there when he fed the 5,000. I wasn't there when he walked up Calvary's hill
I hear you, son.
to bleed and die on Calvary's cross. I wasn't there when they placed his broken body in that borrowed tomb. I wasn't even there on that first Easter morning when he rose victorious over death, hell, and the grave. But let me tell you something, folks. I was there on June 16th, 1997, when he reached down and saved my soul.
Yeah.
And I am thankful tonight that he loved me enough to give his life so that you and I could be free from sin's captivity and have life and life eternal. I want you to listen to a brand new song that Alan's going to come and sing for you. I'm glad tonight that that blood that was shed on Calvary's cross is still just as new, and it's still just as fresh as it was 2,000 years ago. And that same blood can take a heart that's black with sin and wash it whiter than snow. That's what the blood does. You listen.
Everybody's born into a broken world, and everybody's wearing Adam's chains. Everybody's searching for salvation, but it's only found in one name. And the desperate make their way to a lonely hill, and they come with every guilty stain, where the ground runs like crimson as mercy falls like healing rain. Runs down the timbers of a rugged tree, pours out like a river on you and me, till every sin is washed away in that cleansing flood. Yes, that's what the blood does. Oh, listen now. Does anybody here feel like a hopeless cause? And is anybody empty in your soul? Has anybody tried it all but still looking for that one thing? Well, just step on in to the healing flow, where it runs down the timbers of a tree, pours out like a river on you and me, till every sin is washed away in that cleansing flood. Yes, that's what the blood does. That's what the blood does. Oh, that's what the blood does. Runs down the timbers of a rugged tree, it pours out like a river on you and me, till every sin is washed away in that cleansing flood. Yes, that's what the blood does. Yes, that's what the blood does.
Have you enjoyed Alan Kendall tonight? If you have, let him know it, would you? The player. I want to take just a second before we go any further. Can we do just one more song for you after this? Would that be all right? I want to tell you very quickly about what we have at our merchandise booth. We have our latest CD with us called More to the Story. It's got songs like that one, That's What the Blood Does, Church of the Great I Am, that we started out with tonight, When the Old Story Was New. That's our latest album, and we are so excited. We just found out that the Gospel Music Association and our peers have nominated this for Southern Gospel Album of the Year at the Dove Awards, and so thankful that God is using this album to touch people all across the country. We've also got everything that we have at our table. All our CDs are $20 a piece. If you enjoy the old songs, we've got some of the old songs like Glory Road, Look for Me at Jesus' Feet, Stand Up, When They Call My Name, and the list goes on and on and on. People like Big Jim Hamill, Anthony Berger, Eldridge Fox, Little Ernie Phillips, people that you remember passing through the ranks of the Kingsmen over the years. We got all of those back there at our table. All the CDs are $20 a piece. All of the newer CDs, More to the Story, Victory Shout, and Battle Cry, all three of those albums are on thumb drive, and you can play those in your car. If your car doesn't have a CD player, you plug it right in, and it's loaded with all the full albums on there, and it just starts playing, all right? We've got a couple of T-shirts tonight. One of them celebrates our 65 years in Christian music, and it lists all of the #1 songs that the Kingsmen have been honored to have over the years. Songs like Oh Yes I Am that we did for you earlier in the program, God Sits on High, When God Ran, The Next Cloud, and many, many others that you'll find all listed on that t-shirt in the form of a 6 and a 5 commemorating our 65-year anniversary. And then, ladies, we have one for you as well, and you'll like this. You'll like this. It says, if the crown fits, wear it. And now, listen, it's purple. It's made with glitter. And the reason we say that's a lady's shirt is because it does have the glitter on it. And men, you can buy it, but they'll just talk about you a little funny. All right, so don't do that. We recommend. All of our shirts tonight are $20, but Ray has commissioned a special tonight, a Blue Light Loretta Lynn Ranch special, just for you folks here at the Gospel Music Festival tonight. It includes our latest, More to the Story. It also includes one that has Big Jim and Ernie and Anthony Berger and Eldridge Fox and all the Kingsmen of the past on there, singing all of your favorites live just as they were recorded for the very first time. Also the album Battle Cry, which features that #1 song, and also Oh Yes I Am on there. And then the one, if you enjoyed Bob singing that song, Hear the Word of the Lord, we've got that album in the special as well. All 4 albums, 3 of our latest, and one that includes all of the classics and all of your favorite Kingsmen from the past. 4 albums. They're normally $20 a piece. That's $80 worth of music. But tonight we've got them bagged up and ready to go at our table for just $40. That's half price. So, Ray, I hope that's okay with you.
Too late now.
Too late, isn't it? Well, just take it out of my check, I guess. All right. We want to do one more song, but before we do this, Ray has been mentoring a young man. Now, we have people come up all the time and say, I've always wanted to sing bass for the Kingsmen. That's all I've ever wanted to do is sing bass for the Kingsmen. I love Ray. You know, he's my hero. I want to sing bass with the Kingsmen. Here's the trouble with that. The job hasn't been open for 55 years. Now, so throughout the years, Ray has mentored several young men, and this young man right here absolutely just blew our socks off, as we say in North Carolina. And I want you to meet him tonight. Would it be okay if he and Ray did one together? Would that be all right with you? All right. I want you to make him welcome. He's from Monroe, North Carolina. His name is Drew Laney. Make him welcome tonight, would you?
I've ever been glad
That I gave my heart to Jesus.
I've never been glad
Never once did I regret.
I'm happy in Christ.
He's the one who truly frees us. I've never been glad since the Savior gave me life.
Once my heart was lost and broken, and I had no peace or comfort. Then the Lord of heaven saved my wretched soul.
So now Jesus lives within me. All is well and joy is mine. And now happiness and love just overflow.
I've never been glad
That I gave my heart to Jesus.
I've never been glad
Never once did I regret.
I'm happy in Christ.
He's the one who truly frees us. I've never been glad since the Savior gave me life.
What do you think about him so far? Pretty good, huh? Yeah.
When my life on earth has ended and I've run my race with patience, I'll be glad to finally see my just reward. And when I tour my heavenly mansion, all my struggles will be over, and forever I'll be happy with the Lord.
I've never been glad
That I gave my heart to Jesus.
I've never been glad
Never once did I regret.
I'm happy in Christ.
He's the one who truly frees us. I've never been glad since the Savior gave me life. That I gave my heart to Jesus. I've never been glad. Never once did I regret.
I'm happy in Christ.
He's the one who truly frees us. I've never been glad. 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 I've never been glad since the Savior gave me life. I've never been glad.
How about it for Drew Laney? You like that?
Put your hands together.
And I gave my heart to Jesus. Never once did I regret. I'm happy in Christ.
I've never been glad.
I've never been glad. I've never been glad. I've never been glad. Since the Savior gave me life. I've never been glad.
I've never been
Have you enjoyed the Kingsmen Quartet tonight at Loretta Lynn's Ranch at Gospel Fest? Amen. I love that.